Yo, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, raising it. Space Marine one. Clearly, I'm not. Change that right now. Okay, guys, if I pick that up. That seems to be working as well. Beautiful. And one last thing. Alright, ladies and gents, fixing some things on the fly. Should have really done this before I will. That's boom. Lovely. That's nice that. Give it a go, ladies and gents. Changing everything off, ladies and gents. There we go. Right. So the context of what I've been doing is pretty simple. I have sold everything. As I don't have guns at all. This gun, what I've been doing is I've been looting, and whatever I loot, I kind of can add to it and make it better, so to speak. It is only a CQA1. So, I'll get up. Do a little loot run.
Raven, wheels up for base camp.
I got no bloody... that's depressing. Do this, ladies and gents. Up, just up that hill now. Oof. Now I've not got a big bag. Motherfucker. That is very disappointing now, because that is even the 60 round mag is worth. AP as well. Made him move him. 60 round mag up. Will that actually go on? No. One on that.
Here you are, you bastard!
Come on. Very rude. It is compatible. Why aren't you compatible? Because I've not rotated you. That's 60 round now, man. Get that bad boy in there. Oh, me. Where did he go? Yo, you okay, dude? Really? Oh dear. There's an MCX at the bottom house if you want it, but there's no jewelry, just then you know. Right, go to Sunset Chalet. Hours anyway, so I don't have to worry. E-man. Go on, dude. Hope you're okay, mate. I feel like I've not spoken to you in like fucking forever. Come back and check these out in a minute. Do. Oh. My breath. Quick save then. We have one up here somewhere. Go past the ramps. No. Yes. Look, see. Have a little look, see if they've left anything on the table for me. Maybe a tip. Just a tip. There we go. Yes, thank you. Thank you. That's actually pretty good. Does that fit on the 30mm rings? Fucking does. I mean, it's a bit overkill, like, but... Need a bigger bag. I need a bigger bag from this box, and it's not... Oh, stupid. We got no... Shit, 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 shit. Right, okay. Now we've got a big ass scope, even though the barrel's going to be a bit of an ass, but still, it helps. Well, I'm just a 20-inch barrel away and a suppressor from actually having a CQA1 from Midnight Sapphire, basically. And the great thing about this gun is, ladies and gents, I have made this gun with just looting and buying the parts or finding the parts. I haven't bought this gun. It was originally a CQA1. And I've swapped the bits in and out as I've gone along. I know there's one usually over there. In fact, I know there's one usually over there, and one of them hidden car. Is that him? Oh, of course not. He would have moved. I would have shot a bullet at him, man. I'm streaming on YouTube as well, ladies and gents. I'm giving it a go. Dual streaming again. If you're not following already, please drop a follow. I've got a load of new sound bites. I want to just make sure they're working. Just let you know I'm playing the game, ladies and gents. You know what I can't wait for? Point 4. Gonna be, yeah, I think it is from looking at that video and I'm analysing it, and I've watched it quite a few times now. I generally think they are changing a lot, and I think that everything is for the better. I generally do. So we'll see. Look forward to it. Up. More tips in. Black tips, why not? I'll throw a little bit of everything in that mag. A little bit of everything. I wish they could like let you load. I mean, there probably is a way to split them bullets. It's probably me, but I wish you could literally. In fact, check there is. Surely there is. Yeah, split. Of course there is. What the like 5 bullets tracer, 5 bullets tracer, 5 bullets tracer, that sort of thing. Bit weird though, I'm not seeing anybody yet. Been done. Yeah, it's been done. I want the bag. They've not took it. Been done. Well, they left it. Helps me. Whoever left this bag, God bless you. Been good. Hey, do I do poppy fields or do I just drop and then go? That place is great if you want loot. You know what I mean? It's a bit like Sunset Chalet, and here the small marketplace is really good for like bags and stuff. Anybody else hype for 0.4? Come on, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think of the gameplay trailer. Did not see the little subtle remark in there? I spotted it. Movement, gunplay, missions, lore, everything, man. It's starting to, you can see the game physically taking shape. Nice. I'm gonna keep one of them with me just in case I need to switch out. Well, the guns are picked up. They will begin sold, bar that one. I like the CQA ones. They've literally... Everybody goes on M4s. Yeah, it is an M4. It's a civilian M4 more than anything, but it is... I just think the follow-up shots are brilliant. Let's do... Where's that one going? This camp.
Raven dispatched. Moving to Golf 3.
Ooh, excuse me. Back off. That's like a... for...
This is Raven.
That
Arriving
wasn't as
shortly near
horrible,
your
was
position. ETA 30 seconds.
Doing well, my friend. But the grind is nearly over. It's nearly over, man. Back in the march. 0.4. Honestly, mate. Can't wait. Big cry. Pretty much every stream I've had recently is like, they need to bring 0.4. We need this now. Please give us 0.4. And now today is like, you know, for many of us grey zone players, it's like Christmas. You're right, it's never been over, mate, but there's refreshness, there's revitalisation, it's honestly, we've needed this for a while, haven't we, mate? We both agree. We're up to Zoo. Is it Zoo? Am I pronouncing that right, mate? Zoodwin? Apologies if I'm not. I've not watched Sinisters yet, mate. That's something I do plan on watching. I'm in work tomorrow and I plan on going through everybody's video, mate. So I know Sinister's online streaming at the minute. Obviously I would imagine they would have had a little sneak peek, but I've not, dude. God's honest truth. But I have watched the 3 minutes. Is it the 3.5 minute game trailer? Is it nice? I've watched it about 17 times today, mate. Honestly. And there's subtle things in the like really, really subtle things. I mean, I don't know if you caught the one at the bottom. I will do. I will give it a watch, mate. Thank you. I will definitely give it a watch, mate. Definitely, dude. Oh, you're getting me excited, man. I'm already hyped. Right, I don't get much time to, like I say, I'm back in work tomorrow. Oh, well, I was always in work tomorrow anyway, mate. So try and get my streaming done, do my loot runs, get some more additions to this gun, as daft as that sounds. What's the Sinisters? One's been here already, haven't they? There's probably that. Look at that, man. Look, someone's even M4. The problem is, if I start switching shit up here and taking that upper from that and putting it on that 7 bosses, the game needs proper bosses, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've got bosses, but we need bosses, you know, like I won't say, yeah, you know what? I am gonna say tanky bosses, man. We need tanky bosses. Now I know that'll thing in, that will fit there. Let's put you there. Let's put you there. Get the complete upper from this. I don't want the upper from that. I want that to be. Have they? All the bosses have been revamped. Like I say, it's going to be interesting. I think everything. I think the entire core game, the movement. Now I messaged. Not that I'm first and foremost. They've probably been. Yeah. That is good, isn't it? So it's giving you that like oh, you know, you mate, you're gonna laugh at me now, pal. Do you remember SOCOM? As daft as this sounds, it's giving you that campaign feel. You die. It's like I have got mixed emotions with that one, as in terms of, yeah, I think that is right. You know what? I generally think that's a good set. I think that's great. I generally do. I mean, I play with some people like do you know the mission where you've got to go to 3 different places, kill, and then carry someone out? Like, basically that, and if you die, you've got to start it again. I think they had one, it's very late on in the game. Right back, yeah, I think it might be. But long story short, he failed it twice. And, like, you know, he nearly gave up on the game. This has been done. Pointless going down there. Dude, it's a tough mission. It is a tough mission. I've done it twice and I didn't even have to do it. I did it with Brutal and Ryback. In fact, I finished Brutals with just me and Brutal. And I won't say Ryback was struggling, definitely not, far from it. He's a very, very good player. But he failed it twice. Got the big guy on, sorted it out, mate, you know what I mean. mate, it's harsh when you die in a stupid way. Mate, it's worse when little fuckers like Predator, man. They just like that bush there, and you literally just walk back in there, and you just get domed. Like, what the fuck? They don't move. They're like still as a mouse. They literally. Okay. Who are these little whoppers? Not my buddies. I think that is one element that I think, and you know what? I hope they have like a little bit more underground stuff. You know, you're gonna laugh at me now as well, and I've not seen obviously Sinister's video, so obviously, you know, it could even be in there. What would you think about like an underground mission where it's almost like a raid? Like a 40-minute mission where you've got to go, you're like a team of 4, you know, 2 go one way, 2 go another way, you've got to do stuff in sync, stuff like that, proper teamwork and communication, comms, that sort of thing, and night vision being a factor. I think that would be cool. I really do. I think night vision should be utilised more. It's a shame it's not. I think, you know, that I think that's another core element. We could have like raids in the game, as daft as that sounds, and not to make it like loot, exotic loot or any shit like that. Stay away from that, but get guns that you can't physically get in game. You know, you get guns that are special to that raid, like a variant of that gun. You know, it's got like a ghillie wrap on it or some shit like that. Do you know what I mean? Make it so it's like people can see, you know, you got that gun from that raid, or you got that special, like, you know, special vest, one of a kind, instead of an M3 plate. It's like just purely aesthetic, if you know what I mean. I think that'd be cool. I don't even know where I'm going here, mate. Right, I think, right, this, you're gonna laugh at me now, dude. But please, I'm sorry if you do. Right, this animation here, right, this here, unrealistic. Right, if you played DayZ, if you played DayZ, right, you see him move his arm and stuff like that. A bit like that. When you see him move, like that. You should be moving your arm at your free hand, and vice versa, man. And that movement as well, so when you lift your gun up, is hindered. Now, I messaged the developers. Hey, yo, hello, Frop. How you doing, dude? I messaged the developers months and months ago. I think just after 3 points, whatever it was. And I sent them a message, and I've got it on Messenger. Told them that they were doing a brilliant job, really enjoying the game, blah, 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 all that stuff. And I said to him, why don't you copy or emulate the movements from DayZ? It's like, in DayZ, you can turn on your back. You can literally flip on your back, name. Imagine what that can do in the likes of PvP, PvE, you know, stuff like that. You just... Mate, nice. Mate, you should drop me a message. I would have come and had a look. I'm sorry I didn't see it, dude. Do you know where I'm coming from, Zood? You know what I mean? That type of movement. Next time, just like put the actual. And by the way, Zood, if you're not in the Discord, you're more than welcome to join our Discord. Rob, next time you're thinking, mate, pop it that you're streaming in the Discord, man, so people can watch. Or anybody else. Yes, I have got my Batman robe on. It's quite cold where I am. Mate, there's nothing to be nervous about. That's all. Right, look at me, man. I'm wearing a fucking Batman robe. Now, you want Discord? Yeah, I'll do that now, mate. Hold on. I haven't set that up yet, dude, so just bear with me. If I get shot, though, Zood, it's your fault. Just know that. I can't blame Frop. I was blaming Frop all the other night. Bloody hell's which chat go? Pop-up chat? Where's my chat? Do. That needs muted. No, no, definitely not. There we are. I'll just do it this way because it. Ow! Thank you for the follow, mate. That's new, by the way. It's by the way, it's effing loud. I need to turn that down. Thank you for the follow, mate. Much appreciated. You are number 67, and hopefully that will refresh in a minute. And if you play this game, Zood, as well, like we say to everybody in that Discord, man, will help you. If they're not doing anything, which most of them are, or if you post it in there, mate, I shall give it a look. In fact, I'll tell you what, mate. Is this for Sinisters? Oh, mate, fucking hell, you're better than me. I think I've got about 300. Fucking hell. I'm there, like, thinking you dude. I am a day one player, though. Just so you know, I have been playing this game from day one. Had a break from it during its rough patch. It sounds daft, mate. I've stopped doing my missions. I've got to this point where I don't want to be doing them again. And, excuse me, I've helped. Sounds horrible how I put this, but I don't mind helping other people do their missions. Especially if it gets me to go back to the start of town. Because I enjoy it. Ooh. Are you? You're not one of my faction. I don't mind helping people do their missions. I generally don't. I really, really don't. Yeah, I'm rest the moments. In here. Click, 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 click. I think I'm only 30. What am I? 38, 30, 37. Yeah, I think no. I tell you what, mate. Right. I don't disagree with what you're saying there, mate, because it'd be like, but I'll probably do the same, mate. I mean, like I say, I play with. You know yourself, mate. You have, mate. I give all my shit away. I have literally got nothing. I've got this M4 and whatever you've just seen in my bag there. I've literally got 4 guns to me now. I literally just sold everything. Gave a load away. You know, I was at that point, man, where, like you say, you got to the point where it's can't even give the stuff away. But they're revamping everything, aren't they? So, like, the economy of the game is being changed. How you earn money and all that stuff. The loot systems, you know, it's interesting. The game is going to be interesting. I think come March, obviously we're going to see a player influx. a lot of players will come back to the game, including and I've got nothing against Sinister and Zio, but I think some big streamers will come. I just heard someone. There he is. You know what I mean? Come on, mate, bring it in. I'll give you a cuddle. That was that me, that one. It is. Fucking hell. Small caliber, whatever it is. Do that. Oh, there he is. That was something else, though. I don't think that was him shooting me. Hello. A little bleed. I say I will watch that Synovus one, mate. I promise you. And you know what? And even afterwards, mate, if you don't mind, I'll drop you a DM and let you know what I think. I think it's cool. Like I said, the fact that it's almost here, man. It is. It's cool. It's one of those. And you blink, it will. Am I? Am I Vampire? I am Vampire. Fucking hell! I just stumbled into it. Mate, if I can get this up on screen, right, let me go and get somewhere safe. Because I'm not safe here in Vampire, man. See, I've already been tagged. Like the Wild West, this place. Right, let me get somewhere. And I promise you, I'm gonna... Like I can even... You know what I mean? It's not like I can just camp in a bush here, man, because they'll just spawn and shoot me in the face. You know where I will go after? I'm gonna go that outpost, man, because they'll have some guns there. How long did you say it is, dude? And Frope, are you still there, mate? 27 minutes. Now I'm gonna try my best to have a poker face here, dude. I'm not gonna lie, right? But if I see something genuine you like, should I say, you will notice. Come on, hop over the fence. Right, tell you what, what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna. There's no point me. Right, just bear with me. I'm just gonna go to. Where am I? Here. I'm not. Go to that. Close that. Close that. Close that. Click that. You put a link in the Discord, mate. Yeah. And let's open a new window on OBS. Can you hear that, by the way, Zood? I know it's an ad. You let me. Oh, this crap. F. Thank you. Right, over. Capture. Oosh. See it afterwards. Ah, yeah. Capture audio. I might capture audio twice here, but I'll give it a go. Got me over that, don't I? Bloody hell, man. How much are we here? There we go.
Welcome back to some more Grey Zone Warfare, and
You hear that,
today
Sood?
I am super excited to share with you some really awesome information in regards to 0.4. I just came out of a meeting which went over 2 hours, and it had so much
Damn you,
information.
Senator.
We had
Senator,
Mara
damn you.
talking to us about 0.4 and going over a lot of the things they are talking about, and hence the title. This game is basically a new game. They've completely rebuilt a
You can
load of
almost
the
see the
mechanics
movement
and
there,
changed
can't
a
you?
lot of
Like,
things.
with a
that
gun from
this
point
video
1
is
to
going to
point
be
4.
maybe quite long.
Even
But I really want to go over a
lifting the
lot
gun
of
up.
things. I picked out basically a lot of the key features in this meeting to give you as much
That's new.
information as I possibly can in
Like
a
that.
really kind of easy to understand breakdown. So firstly, I'm going to just show you this video which we were given, which I can now show you.
I love
And
that. Just the
it goes
colouring
over
looks
a little
different as well.
introduction of 0.4.
See, if you keep your eye on this left-hand side here as well, right? It's very subtle, but it's there. New gear. I love the bag on there for all that sniper locations. Yeah. That's cool. PvP for the banners, they're still doing it. Big movement. It's giving me hype, man. I love the magnifiers as well. The T1 visor. Now your bosses are going to imagine new allies. Are we going to meet them in person now? Optimization, look at that, man. Mystery Sea, the underground. Oh, please be like a raid or something. New progression. Now, I don't know if you've seen that, right? It was on the caves. I'm just going to scroll back. I might have gone too far there. New mysteries. No, did you see that then? No need to panic. Did you see that then? Just before this progression. I was like, wow, there's like that little hidden message there, dude. Is like
Things there, but if you could pick one thing, what was the most exciting thing you saw from that video? Put it in the comment section down below. I'd love to read
definitely
it.
no need to panic, dude.
So let's now go over
Seeing that,
what
I
I heard
spotted
in
that
the meeting.
literally. I was like, wow.
Pick out all the points and key features I saw, and we're going to start off firstly with the tasks and progression system in 0.4 and how it's changed. So let's go over that first. Let's talk about the missions. They have completely changed the way you're most probably going to approach missions and tasks, because they've added a lot more risk factor to these missions, in terms of if you now fail the task, it will get removed from your map and the actual quest, you know, when you go into it, it will be gone for a certain duration before repopulating again.
I've been
And
asking
this
for
is going to
DMRs
force
for a
you to
while as
kind of
well.
basically carefully
Look at
hit
that, that's an
and
M14.
choose missions while also being careful about doing that mission, right? Approaching it a lot more slower, not just running in and grabbing certain things with no real care if you die, because if you die, you can just go back and try and do it again, right?
Which is right.
So you're gonna
Which
have
is
to
right.
approach your
You know what I
missions a
mean?
bit more carefully now, plan a little bit more ahead, and take out maybe AI in maybe a town before even going in and doing it.
Let's actually take a look at what's
Fuck off,
inside one
lads.
of these energy drinks. Starts off with carbonated water, then sugar,
sorry,
then
God.
more sugar. So basically, fizzy diabetes. Natural flavors, whatever that means.
This is something I'm going to be doing a lot, knowing this now, because, for example, if
I
we're
love
going
that.
into Bang Pa and I need to go into the middle of Bang Pa before I even choose to do a mission, I may go into Bang Pa and just take out a lot of the AI, do maybe a bit of a farm, you know, get a bit of money, maybe farm some keys,
Yeah.
take out some of the AI now and kind of make them a little bit lower, or just completely wipe out Bang Pa, then go around and
Yeah,
maybe
that
take
needs
on
that,
and do a
man. And the
mission.
308 as well.
Just to
It's
try and
such
make
a
it a
rare
little
gun.
bit
I
easier.
think I've only had
Des
one of
may
those
already
during
be
my time
fuming
playing
at
the
me
game.
already for coming up with this idea, but this is how it, you know, it could change, right? You may have to approach the way you do missions a little bit more now, right?
I think it's
if you
stretching out
die doing a
longevity
task,
as well, because
that task goes for a bit.
I was going
Right,
to say,
so you have to be a little bit more careful. It's no longer like grab every single task, like 50 plus tasks, and then just go around the map doing them, because it doesn't.
It
It's
also
no real effect
encourages,
if you
like,
die
just
or
pause
not.
it
If
because
you have
obviously I
50,
don't want it sounds like I'm talking over it. It also encourages like people to actually play together. So if you've not got, like, don't get me wrong, I've come across one, maybe two, but like salty players in this game. But everybody else that I've had the privilege of playing alongside, you know, brutal Ryback, Carrot, you know, everybody tatted, everybody I've had the pleasure of playing with, man, great players, absolute great players. That's what's got. You beat me to it there, mate. That's what I'm saying. It's this game is. Don't get me wrong. I'm playing solo now, but like you've just mentioned, there is no risk. Yeah, I can die, but there's a high possibility I'm going to get me shit back. And even if I did get me shit back, right? Even if I didn't get my shit back, it's so easy to get gear in this game at this moment in time.
tasks on you and you die, they're all going to be gone, and it's going to take you a little while before they start to repopulate again. So you kind of acting more like an actual contractor, you know, like a mercenary, because you're going to have to now grab a contract and go, right, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to focus on, and then get
like
that done,
Slower
hand it
approach.
in, go and do another task. And hopefully this will help in terms of, you know, one,
is fast.
making the
Slow
game
is
last
fast.
longer in terms
Get
of the
those
lore
corners,
and
all
how
that
you
stuff.
approach missions. You're not just kind of trying to speed run through missions for the sake of it. You can enjoy them more, right? And you're approaching the POIs differently, because you know there's a bit of danger on the line now. If you die, this mission goes, and you may not be able to get those rewards what you needed, right? So you're going to have to now think a bit more when you're doing these missions. But I think this is pretty good. Let me know in the comment section down below.
I do like that idea.
Tasks are going to have a bit more variety with them too, because they are split up into main stories, side tasks, and fast kind of in and out contracts. These should also be easier to follow and do.
I think that
because
should.
the
I
map
like
UI
that.
has been completely revamped.
Just stop it there.
So
I'm sorry. I like that. Yeah, quite right. That is perfectly right. I understand what you're saying there. But if there is like this kind of like, how do I put it? Like he's just mentioned their contracts. So is that going to be like throughout the game, or you know, something to do after you've kind of done your missions and stuff? Always like, oh, I'm short of some cash, you know, that sort of thing. Like bounty hunting essentially, or getting, you know, intel or some shit like that. That'd be cool.
kind of provide better navigation, and they're kind of moving away from that kind of really vague text descriptions that you're seeing currently at the minute. I mean, it took me an hour plus to just try and figure out one mission once, because the way it was explained was horrendous. and it could mean many different areas in that area that it just took me so long to actually figure it out without using TACMap online. So they're going to have like little kind of circles in certain areas to figure out where you should be going, and this will be interesting to see how they do this, because I didn't see too much of this map UI. They gave us some
like
examples,
it,
but it'll be interesting to
I
see
know
how it
that's
helps
brief,
us
but I
instead of
like
these
it.
vague text descriptions. But they have said that you most probably won't need to use third-party apps to try and figure out what to do now. Now, that's not
Which
to
is
say that I
a
don't
big
think
thing.
TACMap Online is now going to be obsolete. There's so many new POIs, new loot, new weapons
man.
and gear and things to find and discover that I think people who use TACMap Online are still going to be using it as their kind of Bible. But when it comes to the actual missions and tasks, you may not need to use it.
I've used
you can
it.
kind of keep in the game and just, you know, carry
I've
on
used
trying to
it, man.
figure it
I
out.
like all
And it
this
should
here.
be able to
Like all
aid you a
that.
lot more with the new map UI. Okay, let's get into some juicy bits. Combat, ballistics, and weaponry. This is some of the things that
This
we
is the
was talking
juicy
about
stuff. I
in
love
the
it.
meeting,
Look at that, the cracked
and I'm
scopes,
looking
man.
forward to showing or talking
Because
about.
if you remember, right, in the game after when it was like 3.5 or whatever it was, obviously they brought like damage to your gear and stuff. I have been playing a bit of Incursion Red River, and one of the things I love about that game, it's shit when it happens, but I do like it, is the gun degrade. Like obviously the gun degrades over time. If you don't look after that gun, you could be firing, and then all of a sudden your gun jams. You're in the middle of a firefight, and we all know Grey Zone AI Infernus can be hardcore, man. Especially if you go Fort Narif or something like that. Imagine you're firing there, bang, bang, bang. Next thing, shit, fucking gun jam, boom, dead. Fucks your mission up. And like you say, there's that risk factor now. So there's layers now. They're starting. If this is what they're gonna do in terms of like
This. So there's
guns
going to
and
be a lot
stuff.
more weapons added to the game. We're going to have the M1A, the M14.
Yeah.
We have the
About
old school
time.
M16A1. We
I
have
like
the
that.
KS1, which is what the devs said is their favorite. The VZ58, and a low-end Chinese Norinco pistol. I'm going to
Yeah.
butcher it. Any gun people there, let me know how I should pronounce that. in
Not
the
that
comment
way,
section
mate.
Down below. I'm definitely going
But
to
I'm
be
not
told
gonna
if I
attempt it either,
completely
so.
butchered it. I'm sorry, but yeah, we've got some new weapons coming in. I believe they also said something about an AR-15. I was
Just love
pretty
that,
sure
man.
they said something about a cheap
M14.
Chinese knockoff version of
We've
an AR-15.
got the SVD. We've got
Not
no DMRs
100%,
whatsoever.
but I'm pretty
No
sure they
marksman
said something about
rifles.
this. Anyway, going on to
I
terminal
like that, man.
ballistics rework.
That's cool.
So they have reworked the way bullets behave, and
Again.
they've moved away from the kind of 5.56 meta to make other calibers like subsonic
Yeah.
rounds and
Yeah, they do. Sorry, I'm sorry I keep stopping. I apologise. They definitely need to go. I can't be a hypocrite because I'm using the CQA1. I would use the MCX all the fucking time, but the gun is shit. The gun is pants. Is literally they brought that gun out to be like, this is going to be amazing. It's the MCX. I'm a weekend warrior, me dude. I'm weak. My wall there is full of my airsoft rifles I don't use, and then underneath here I've got all my good stuff like my MTW, funny enough, my sniper rifles and all that stuff. I've got an MCX here. It's my second one I've bought. I absolutely love the gun, but on this game it's absolute shite.
9mm more viable.
Rant over.
Weapon durability. So they talked about this where high tier ammo, M995 by the way, will now drain barrel durability significantly faster, making weapon maintenance a lot more of a real factor.
Oof.
Like if you use the
Big.
better ammo, it's gonna make your gun's wear and tear go down a little bit more. So you're gonna have to keep on top of repairing and things like that.
Wow.
Now, in terms of movement, they have
This is the one for me.
completely
This is
changed
the
the
one
way
for me.
movement is in this game, and it's a very, very good thing. They're introducing things called tactical sprinting for long distance. You can now do burst sprinting for combat focus, and they also changed the way jumping is in terms of you can no longer start bunny hopping around the place and shooting people while in mid-air. So
What?
they kind of made it a lot
Hold
more
on.
realistic.
If you check my clips out on Twitch, I have done a couple of jump shots. Yes, it's all against AI, but I think they're cool as fuck. But we'll leave it at that.
And you can now, for example, do tactical sprinting to cover longer distances. This is something we always joke about on stream, where I'm always taking meth because I want to get to one place or another. It takes a year, and my operator is out of breath within 5 seconds. This should hopefully be changed a little bit now with this tactical sprinting, where we can cover longer distances to get to certain places where there's not that much action. And then we've got things like burst sprinting and things like that, where when we're in combat and we need to kind of run towards some cover quickly and get out of the way. We've got different features now we can do this, and it looks really, really awesome. And like I said, when it comes to the
Look at that, man. I love
jumping now, you can no longer just start bunny humping around, and it's going to make PvP fights a lot more interesting and a lot more tactical. Okay. Jumping is a lot different. You've got.
To be fair, when I play PvP, I've never came across anybody that's bunny hopped in front of me, ever. So again, you know, I can't comment on that, but I do like the fact that they can do literally like that burst sprint, the light sprints. Obviously, you know, that I feel that will change the way, you know, we play, especially, you know, stamina drain and all that stuff. You know, it obviously, again, going back to that, it's adding layers to
different types of jumps, and jumps will get affected by sprinting and movement. So if you only start like walking and jumping, you're not going to go as far as if you start running and jumping, and so you'll be able to cover bigger distances or jump over to other ledges based on how you approach it, right? If you're heavier, you're not going to jump as high, right?
Just right,
and,
yeah.
you land differently depending
if
on
you're like
the
a mule,
height too. So there's a lot of changes to the animation of jumping and sprinting and things like that, which I'm really looking forward to. Another thing mentioned was your kit and your gun are going to affect you differently depending on how you build your kit and your loadout now. Right, so for example, gun weight will now impact sway, and also inertia in terms of heavier kits, the gun, and like the armor and things you're carrying.
So the great thing about that is, right, I mean, to be fair, I don't know what that gun was then, and I'll have another look. The great thing about that is like you're just seeing that guy sniper rifle there. He's literally wearing nothing. He's got his bag out, and if that is a thing where you can have your bag, it's not just an animation. It literally, like for the sniper rifle, he's obviously going to be able to move very, very quick. He's going to be able to hold the gun longer, everything else. You're going to have players now taking that role. Like, you take Sawmill, for example. To be fair, the amount of times I've sat out Sawmill with an big M4 and just sniped the majority of them. But you said there, Zood, it's changing the dynamic of the game. You're going to have people that go in. You're going to have a guy on Overwatch. You know, I do like that. And like you say, playing in squads is definitely going to be better.
Will result in slower animations, heavier landings,
an
and
MCX.
things like that. So
I'm trying to figure what that gun now.
With your builds now, depending on what you're doing, right? So if you're out and about exploring and doing a lot of running and traveling, you may not be wanting to run these heavier kits.
A lot of gun customization as well, with the skins or the camouflage
take on
and
AI at longer ranges with a really heavy kit or gun is going to start affecting that sway and things like that. So something to plan ahead. If you're, for example, defending a cop or defending a base in PvP, then maybe you can run a heavier kit, right? Because you're not going to be moving as much. So if you're planning to not really do too much traveling, you can run these heavier kits. Or if you're not too fussed about being slower, run them, right? But there's now some penalties which can affect you in combat.
I can turn your wildest ideas into a song. Just describe it in a few words. Choose a style and let Mareka the Fifth aid.
No, thank you.
Okay, so let's now talk about the world itself and how they've changed quite a few things, and also the AI. So firstly, vegetation has been cleaned up a little bit in
definitely, mate. Beard, make your own operator look.
Areas. Places like
make your operator look unique.
for example,
I agree.
where people like to camp in bushes in PvP, or there's a lot of AI behind bushes which you can't see. You don't see them, and then they shoot you, for example. So it's just going to try and make it more clearer when you're going into these kind of certain POIs, which are more urban areas. And they're going to just remove a lot of the bush clutter and just make it a lot more easier to see and help you with those type of fights. So this is going to be really interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. Hopefully they don't overdo it, because obviously that removes some of the kind of visual fidelity Grey Zone Warfare has. But I hope that it removes some of it, because that is quite an issue in certain areas where you're just getting shot from bushes, for example, from the AI or players camping in bushes, and it can get a little bit frustrating.
Yeah, it does, man.
There has been
I've
changes to
been in
the
PvP
AI, and there's been new
like...
AI factions added to the game. There's 7 AI factions coming in.
Wow.
There's things like criminals, pirates, these really high tier kind of factions, and they all have different types of gear and weapons. And they also have unique bosses for each faction, which will have...
It feels like, right, it sounds horrible, this, right, and you, again, not to sound like, and I'm sure every streamer or everybody, including yourself, has said this, but it feels like some devs have been just sat in my stream or everybody else's stream listening to what we've been wanting or asking for. This is one of them. I said the game needs more factions. They need more gear specific, faction specific weaponry. I even said, like, literally, sorry, I can't even get words out. I even said, I think every, like, at the PMCs, obviously Le Mans, Crimson, Mithras, I even said they should have their own faction based weapon, and then that way, then, you know, if you play it once and you've not managed to pick up, like, say, for example, if there is other guns coming in, like the FAMAS and stuff like that, you know, Crimson have the FAMAS, which has another weapon, that sort of thing. I really think that'd be a cool concept.
Special voiceovers, special engraved weapons that you can get from them, and things like that. And the way you approach these factions will be different based on the gear you want to bring, right? For example, the pirates are mostly unarmored
Let's see that ghillie cloak them.
And so you want to be using things like hollow points, right? There's like another faction which will have high tier armor, and so you'll want to be bringing in your better ammo, armor piercing type rounds, things like that. And so when you're going against these type of factions, you want to plan ahead, and they will all have distinct looks and way, you know, you'll be able to look at them and go, okay, this is the pirates, or this is that, and you'll have an idea what you want to be using against them,
communication with you.
And there will be buildings and areas which will now feature marks or clutter that kind of indicate which faction is kind of occupying that specific area. So we saw this a little bit in 0.3, where they added like staggering to the AI, and they've kind of overhauled it even more now for 0.4, where you can shoot them in certain parts of the limbs, and they're going to have like a visual animation based on that. And the animations will look really, really smooth. For example, you shoot them in the legs, they will stagger and limp. And they sometimes can even fall over. If you shoot them in the gut, for example, you're going to see a really cool animation when they're doing so. So you understand what happens when they get hit.
The great thing about that, man, the amount of times that sort of thing, that's kind of here now. I won't say like as good as that is, but the amount of times I've shot an enemy and it's kind of like, I won't say stunned them, but kind of like they're hurting, and with my last bullet, managed to reload and then just finished them off. I do like that concept. Hate the fact that you can get AI, you know, you can shoot them a few times and they just turn around, look at you and drop you. You know, I love the fact that you can, when you are shooting them, and they kind of have that same what was it, so like that medical, like that health system you do. If they get shot, and this has always been the case, especially since 3.5, if they get shot, they will eventually bleed out. I love that. No other game does that as well as what this game does.
Down, it'll make them not able to shoot you, and so they're trying to make the AI harder. Is one of the things they did say, is they're going to try and make AI harder and more aggressive and kind of work together, right? But they're gonna also be a lot easier to, you know, stop. They're gonna
Excuse me, I'm
actually
sorry, keep
visually
going,
get
man.
hit now
Please.
and react to your bullets a lot more. They're not just gonna, you're not gonna be able to shoot them in the leg and they're still gonna walk towards you with no, you know, no Fs to give, so to speak. They're gonna actually get affected by the bullets. So this is gonna be really awesome. It's gonna make the immersion a lot better too, and you're gonna see a lot more AI reactions to your bullets. So this is going to be great also in terms of the thing they're talking about with the overhaul of the weapons and balance, where, you know, M855 and M4s are not going to be the only guns
That's a
you're
new
using now.
suppressor,
There's
that,
going to be
by
a
the
lot
way.
of weapon
That looks like a
variety,
Novesk.
and
Like a
you can be able to use a lot
suppressor.
of them against different AI, right? Now, a quick side note also about AI squad mates. The devs were asked in the meeting about a possibility of hiring AI to be on your squad, and one of the devs mentioned it is an option for the future.
Well, then
They
that's
kind
it.
of
Oh, yeah,
wanted
might have been.
to
You might be
finally
right, mate.
finish the AI and make them good before
It
they
probably
start,
is.
you know, letting them use with teammates, right? So I think they just want to keep on improving on the AI, but
It's
this
tan
is
there,
something
mate.
that may be coming in
Tan
the
there.
future where we'll be
I
able to
coloured it in.
possibly hire AI to be with us on our missions, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I suppose. I think that's a great concept. It does kill that player base though, man, because I do think
Talking more now.
there's nothing, don't get me wrong, there's people out there who like playing the game on their own, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like playing the game on my own from time to time. I definitely do. I'm not going to dispute that. But if my mates jump online and they're like, we need, you know, do you fancy coming on? I'm not going to say no. 100% jumping in. I think the game is more fun. I also think that there is like an amplifier for AI when you play against AI. When you're playing as a team, it makes the game generally harder. The AI are literally harder when you're part of a four-man squad. Again, this isn't a bad thing. It makes the game, changes the dynamic. I'm not saying you get the AI that is docile and they're a bit, you know, a bit like stormtroopers. When you play as a four, them AI, they're just cranked up. Especially like something like Sapphire and places like that, you know, Tiger Bay. Honestly, it makes the game from being, I was gonna say fun and goofy though. Like it's not, definitely not goofy. What I was gonna say, it makes it from being like fun and kind of easy go into fun and tactically hard, but in a great way.
About the world, there's going to be new biomes, things like swamps and bamboo forests, right? So in the swamps, there's a picture and video of a crashed heli site,
I'm sorry,
which looks
Storm.
really, really
I
awesome.
didn't know you
And
were
now
there,
Midnight
dude.
Sapphire has been
I'm sorry,
got a
man.
little bit of a
There is nothing wrong with stormtroopers, man. I'm sure you're more like Jango Fett, Boba Fett, stormtrooper. That's what you are, dude. Well, thank you for joining in the chat, mate.
revamp. You know, the interior is now fully accessible and you can go up top to different floors, and there's going to be more loot, and I presume there's going to be some boss there too. I reckon there's a helipad on top
Oh,
of
thank you,
Midnight
mate.
Sapphire
Thank you for the
now, and I'm
follow,
wondering
dude.
if that's going
Much
to be an
appreciated.
LZ we can land on if
I
we
am gonna have
take
to turn
it.
that down. That is
So
fucking
a
loud.
few questions I've seen when I saw Midnight Sapphire interior, but it looks really, really good. And one of the devs did say, Devil Dog, that Midnight Sapphire could be the place to be. So that's an interesting
Like
thing.
Midnight
So I'm looking
Sapphire,
forward to
man. If
seeing
you want to fight, you
and
go Midnight
exploring
Sapphire.
more of Midnight Sapphire's hotel.
Cheers,
Now, there's
mate.
also
Thank
going
you
to
for
be
the
some
follow, mate.
lore
Much appreciated.
items spread around the map. Now, hundreds of things to pick up, like items like newspapers, notes, postcards, and things which explain more about the lore and more about the story. So when you're going around, you'll be able to find a lot of these things, look at them,
You know
read
what? I
them.
think that's
There'll be
great.
stories
I think
in
that's
them.
great.
So
It gives, again, it gives another, excuse me, it gives another dimension to the game, which it needs. I'm not saying, well, yeah, I am kind of saying this. You play the game at the minute. You kind of come in. There's you know, five whatever people who give you bloody jobs to do, and it's kind of just like, I won't say brainless, but it's kind of like, here's a task, do that, go here, do that, kill 20 of these, drop that off. It just kind of make the game one dimensional, but with this keeps you intrigued. You know, you pick up, oh, such a body, this, you find a little bit more about Handshake's backstory, all this sort of stuff. I do like that idea. I think the game needs that.
So for the people who love the lore, there's going to be a lot of items now you can pick up to uncover more about the story of Grey Zone Warfare and the book Picnic Roads. Was it Roadside Picnic? Is it?
It was.
But yeah, it's going to be quite cool. So yeah, look out for these lore items too, which have been added around the world. And it also
love
talks
that, man.
about audio and health system.
No need to panic, man. Keep seeing it there. It's that that's subtle,
And
man. That's subtle.
when it comes to their health, they do want to revamp it a lot, but they haven't had the chance to completely do that yet. But they have added some new things to 0.4 in terms of sensory feedback. So your character will now, you'll hear your character in terms of bones breaking, wheezing from lung shots, and increased heartbeat as you start to kind of bleed out. And so learning some of these these cues, these audio cues, is going to help.
Thing there, man, that when they're firing, and that is actually true. The M1A or the M14, whatever you want to call it, that mag does literally shake.
You in terms of figuring out what you may need
to apply. That is not like that. What you're seeing there isn't generally like the coding in the gun. Like the mag actually shakes in the M4
yourself
M1A
without having to visually look at your radar or your HUD. You bring up your map and looking. You might be able to just go, oh, I heard my bone break and I'm, limping and all that. Maybe I need to just quickly apply a stint, or, I'm coughing a lot and wheezing and it most probably is a lung shot. I'm going to now use a circuit, right? Or you lost a lot of blood. You're kind of going a little bit faint. You're coughing. That there's a lot of blood loss. So you need to kind of get to cover and start applying a blood kit to yourself. Things like that without having to maybe look at your HUD as much, so it keeps you immersed in the game. I was going to say,
sorry, I apologise, guys, that I keep pausing. I just want to put my 2 pennies worth in. I do like that idea that it's more like sound. You pick up on sounds, and as Grey Zone players, even now. I mean, if I have like one of my medipacks, like my medical kits. I have a gold medical kit on my rig 9 times out of 10 before I sold it all. And obviously now you kind of know without the sounds what's what. I hope they don't remove the HUD though. I know they mentioned that they aren't. I think what Grey Zone does better than any other game is the medical. From being able to pick your mates up to healing yourself. I generally think it's better than Tarkov. All these other Tarkov clones, I generally think they don't really need to do that much. I do think that's a great idea with more sound prompts, but I generally think they've got it bob on anyway with the medical in this game.
So understanding more about your character's health, so you can apply those kind of, apply the medical you need to get you back into the fight. Now, in terms of audio, they have reworked the active headsets to try and buff them to feel basically godlike, is what they kind of quoted it as. And they basically said that they have some of these active headsets in the studio, and when they pop them on, they feel like they can hear everything from like people's conversations and stuff like that. That's kind of joking about. And they wanted to feel that kind of godlike feeling.
Because I know
I've
got a set of these headsets.
Increase the range and clarity of footsteps. I'm hoping also maybe
really
lowering that ambient sound down. But going on to talking about birds and insects and ambient sound, they have also now going to quiet them down when there's gunfight and combat starts. So the kind of birds maybe fly away or something like that, or the insects, they kind of just die down a bit. So when there's like stuff going on and there's fights and you need to concentrate, the ambient noises shouldn't really get in the way as much. Like you can actually listen out a bit more for your footsteps. And if you've got these buffed kind of, better headsets now, you should be able to hear people more clearer. And I'm hoping this will help with listening for bushes and stuff like that even more, hearing people camping in bushes and things like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing these headsets, testing them out and seeing what differences each headset has now. So I'm going to brush up on a few other things that I jotted down on the old notepad, which don't really get covered in the categories we just talked about, but I just wanted to talk about them. So in terms of the tutorial and your fob, they've added like a field manual with over 110 pages and animations to explain the game mechanics. So for new people coming in, it should be a lot easier to learn. There's also a new shooting range an obstacle course at the fob for testing gear. So this is going to be great, because you obviously
I
you
like
want to.
that. You know that's just a small little thing though that's actually made me smile, that man, because the amount of people that will be using this obstacle course for, and I'm gonna say it this way, meta loadouts, because that's what it's gonna be used for. You know, and it's gonna be funny when you load in and you're gonna see like a convoy of players trying to run the obstacle course, man. I think that's cool.
Try and use these weapons a little bit, master their recoil and things like that before heading out into the field. Now you can. Now, touching up on bosses and special weapons. So there's going to be some skinned weapons basically in the game, engraved type weapons, which are unique to faction bosses.
Yeah.
You can't just farm the bosses to get those weapons. You have to go and kill the boss, which will then trigger a special task. That
Yes.
once you finish, that will then unlock that specific weapon
I like that. That is cool. That has made me smile.
for purchase from a vendor, so that you're not afraid to then lose it, because a lot of people do suffer from
That sniper rifle there, how that skin is right there. That is my VSR. My SSG 10. I have got one exactly like that.
gear fit, and they may kill the boss, have this really cool weapon, but then not use it because they're afraid that they'll lose it, and then they have to go and farm it again. Thing is, all you need to do is actually just go and get these special tasks and get them complete. I don't know how hard or easy these tasks are going to be. Hopefully they're going to be pretty hard, kind of long-winded type special tasks. And then you can do, once you complete them, you will then unlock it, and then they will be available to buy at the vendors. This is really, really good.
P7.
Make your browser
Oh, come on,
fast.
ads, you mother fudgers.
Make your browser safe. Make
How
your
about you, alright, mate?
They are adding new equipment to the game. One of them, what they talked about, is night vision tiers. There's going to be a level for night vision from the level 4 vendors, which will sell better dual tubing night vision, which will be a lot more clearer and a lot easier to see. And so they are also planning to add even more of this coming in, say 0.5, I think. But they did say there is some new night vision coming in, so I'm interested to test these out for the nighttime type raids.
To be fair, realistically, none of the nighttime, none of the night vision is bad. It's not. None of it is bad. Even the green ones, like the PVS 7s or whatever they are not bad. I think the game needs to do a job of, and I think this is what he's trying to get at, is PVS is I know, and I'm not disputing that, but what I'm saying is I think PVS 7 is like, obviously your low T is meant to be PVS 14, and then you're obviously your white scope ones or whatever. Make them like, if you're going to take a PVS 7 into the forest, you're only going to be able to see that in front of you. But if you start using the PVS, like you said, but there's none of that now. They need to do that. I'm hoping that's what it's getting at.
Things like that to see if we do have clearer night vision. This will be pretty cool. There's also going to be now in-game statistics. They are tracking over 500 different items now. You'll be able to see crazy stats like liters of blood lost, kilograms of food eaten, and even the total weight of ammunition you have fired. There's going to be a lot of different statistics you can look through and see.
Brutals won't be a lot because he don't like firing his gun.
So I like things like this in-game statistics. It has a little thing you can work on. People have like some crazy type of statistic they like to work on and things like that, and you know, kind of boast about and things. You know, a little bit of competition here and there. I love in-game statistics and looking at them, so I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Oh, it's a nice
There's also
touch.
going to be now magnifiers and rangefinders in the game. You might have saw that from the clip we showed at the start. They have.
I love that eye strain there. Then did you see that as he's moving, he's flicked over. He's because he's denying sight, and I think Armor does this. Armor Reforger, it does it too well. Armor Reforger, when you put your gun up, especially with a magnifier, your eye relief, the way you look, will screw it up. Brilliant.
Confirmed
Absolutely
and added
brilliant.
these into the attachment pool. Another thing they did mention, which isn't specifically to do with 0.4 in terms of like mechanics or anything like that,
love that.
but they did
The
also
change, man.
state some
Great.
things about the supporters and the creators. You know, when it comes up to 0.4.
I am a
now,
supporter edition.
in
I've got the
other
very big one.
patches, you know, 0.1, 2, and 3, the creators have played the game, you know, like a week earlier, right? Got to play a little bit more and show content and stuff like that. Now, I think they've heard what people have been talking about, you know, in Reddit and forums and the Discord, where, you know, there's a lot of supporters for Grey Zone Warfare. There's a good community backing Grey Zone Warfare, and they hear them, and they've been listening to their, you know, what you guys are talking about, and they are now bringing in supporters to be able to play the game early. So if you have the supporters edition,
Which I do.
you'll be able to play the game early alongside the creators who are showing the game, you know, a week earlier. On top of that, any progression you do in this week is not going to be wiped. It's going to go and carry on forward when 0.4 gets released. So they're going to they're trying to show more support to the people who have bought the supporters edition. Okay. I do not know the release date yet. They have not given us the release date.
Whatever, Sinister, you
as of
lying
yet. They
bar
are still
steward.
keeping that in, you know, under wraps. But it's nice to know that
Yeah,
they
you
are, you know,
definitely know.
finally kind of listening to some of the community in terms of the supporters coming into the game. So if you have this supporters edition, you can play early. They have given us, the creators, the option also to play with you guys, because they did say that there's going to be separate servers for the creators and the supporters. I personally will be playing with you guys in the supporters
I'll be
edition,
doing the
because I
same,
like meeting people as I go along. I think there'll be obviously more people playing on these servers, and being a PvP player, you know, I want to kind of feel all of that too, you know, going against other players and not just other creators. So I will see you guys in there if you are a supporter and you are going to be playing early. So that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, guys, that is everything I can think of in the last, you know, few hours when I had this meeting. Everything I've jotted down. I tried to jot down as much as possible, typing as fast as possible on my keyboard about all the things they were talking about. And there's most probably a few things I did leave out. So keep an eye on some of the dev logs. They said that they are going to be releasing quite a few. I think they said 3 dev logs, quite, you know, in quite short succession, about all the information I was told too. So, you know, keep a lookout for them, and if there's something in the mist, you will see these devlogs, which will give you that information anyway. And if there's any new information that I get given and I'm allowed to say, I will obviously give an updated video.
Come on, Sinister, you know you want to.
You know, drop a sub, pop on the notifications, because I do cover everything Grey Zone Warfare. I've been playing this game ever since 0.1. I have rocked over 2,000 hours in the game. I have a very good understanding of how the game works, the mechanics, what you should be doing. We give you loads of hints and tips, guides, looting guides, things like that. If you are wanting any of that, be sure to subscribe. I also stream here on YouTube and on Twitch pretty much every day from 8 p.m. We cover Grey Zone Warfare, but we do also cover other games in a minute. We have been dabbling a little bit in Incursion Red River, for example, but main game is Grey Zone Warfare. So if you do want to see more, definitely subscribe, and I'll see you over.
You know what, Zood? I am so glad that you made me watch that video. I generally am. I generally am. In a bit, bro. I enjoyed that. I really did. I love. Obviously, the favorite part for me is going to be the weapons. Not gonna lie. I love any new weapons we get. I only got one west, east. Okay. I think there's a few things. Like I say, I was hoping they were going to do something with the ground movement. I really hope they were. I'm going to be doing a quick loot run. It's like it's down till 12:30. I was hoping the ground movement would have been a bit better, crouch movements. But again, I'm not complaining. I enjoyed that. It was really. I think it's everything about point 4 or potentially point 4 until it comes out. We could all be the real judges about it. Is more than what I expected. 100%. Yeah. I think they presented it well. Like I say, and I think, to be fair to Sinister, I think he did a good job presenting it as well. Oh man, I need some. I do need. I'm sorry. I can't do that. Them hellies are doing me head in. But yeah, I think they presented it really well. Ow. The heli? Taking them back. Mate, you're gonna laugh at me now. I would love to see an LMG. Give like the mercenaries or even the thing. I mean, but have them strictly as not a precision weapon. Have them as a suppressive weapon. Don't be to the point where you can literally just fire from the hip and expect to like kill everything. You know, slower sway, all that sort of stuff. Like have it. Sorry, mate. You're not coming with me. Have it so it's like, for argument's sake, we have the mini-me. You know, that type of weapon. The mercenaries have the RPK or now if they have the GPMG. You know, that sort of thing. Give us a little bit more variety. Yeah, we've got assault rifles, we've got submachine guns, we've got shotguns, we've got another pistol. We've finally got DMRs. The only realistic weapon that we haven't got is an LMG. Imagine the fights. Imagine the fights in PvP, man. Got a gunner there. He sees you coming in. He's more to maim you than anything else. If he hits you and he hits you in a you know, your heart, your lungs, you know, somewhere where it's gonna kill you, game over. But he's really to suppress your fire. It's really to fuck your aim up, basically. You know, we should have LMGs in the game. But I think that will come. I generally think that will come. Yeah, earplugs as well. Like I say, I just think I do agree with you customizing the character as well, dude. I think every operator should have, you know, their own customization. I think you should be able to. And again, I do agree. I think the level unlocks should let you unlock more as well. You know, instead of just a pair of pants. Every level, what is it? A pair of pants and a shirt. It was free. After it sounds, there was more variety. I think that's what people want. But again, I'm with watching, with seeing what I seen there. Then that is, like I said, I have seen the 3 minute, that 3 minute version of it. Looks good. Dennis did a good job. Fair play to him. Idea of a presso. That'd be it. cracking idea. It's gonna be so different to like the movement, the sprinting, everything, man. I'm looking forward to it. Just the little tweaks in the game that, you know, and they'll be subtle, but you'll notice them. Well, well, places of interest. Mate, can't wait, honestly. And you know what, mate, right, up to about, I'm just gonna get in this bush. Until about 2 weeks ago, right, I hadn't been up this way. So, honestly, God's honest truth, all this here, like all the, like this, like that, all this around here, I've never been here, mate. Like I said, I've been playing this game since day one. Just never been there, never had no reason to go there. Right. Right side. Oh, it's unlocked. Again, and then watching here, mate. Come on, Zood, you're my lucky charm here, mate. No, there's one. Like that, dude. 6k there, right there. 7, we'll say that. Unload that. I'm gonna drop these so whoever comes along get a benefit of a bit of loot. And hopefully it spawns quick for him. That does my head in that. It's probably right, but it really does my head in. And I don't like that ghosting as well, if you can see that. I hope that's something they fix. Jesus, I've got more grenades than that, like the whole army. I've started throwing them. Obviously at the enemy. No, it's looking good. The future's bright for this game. Usually one hiding in that bush there or over there. What we got here? No. I don't really want another mag for that. But again, again that does me as well. Right. It has that, you know what, thinking about it, has actually pissed me off a little bit. What is that? That is a 45 caliber pistol. It's the only 45 caliber weapon in the game. Where's the ump? Where's the ump? Where's the ump 45? Where's that submachine gun? You know what I mean? You've got an opportunity there to put a new gun in the game, and you know what, you say bollocks to it. Anyways, Zood, where are you from if you don't mind me asking? Hi, Dutchman, mate. Hi. European cousins. As you gathered, I am from the UK. Oh, come on. Very poor that from me. Yeah, well, my British sarcasm might be rubbing off on you though. Did you get in this box that our survey says? Also, no iced tea. Need any? Let's just go and do the purse and then we'll... I can hear him, I just can't see him. So mate, I am friends with quite a lot of Scottish people, man, and I'm in a group. I'm in a group with like 6 other Scottish fellas. I'm obviously the only English person in said group, and I still to this day cannot understand a fucking word, even when they type it. So yeah. Funny though, man. Mate, the Scots are funny, dude. They can say any word and make it funny. You know, it's like I got called a flip flop the other day, and if I called somebody a flip flop, I just sound stupid for fucking saying flip flop. But yeah, honestly, man, still game. Watch still game. That's the type of thing. Okay, I'm sorry for the caps. Apologies. That's Scottish, man. 2 old fellas. It's like a BBC sitcom. Yeah. Oh mate, Storm. Honestly, dude, I still watch that today, mate. Honestly, even though it's not running anymore. Twam. What's his face? Oh, in with the one leg. It's always on my socials as well. I'll just find it. Bobby the barman. Oh mate. Oh, who's this? Somebody in Costello. Bloody hell, you're putting the beef on, aren't you? Yeah, you fucking idiot, Mrs. Brown, man. We make some good TV, us, mate. Honestly. Does anybody... I might be showing my age here, man. Anybody remember Bottom? Man, come on. Come on. I know it's slapstick, but... Oh, mate. Even the lives. Lives are brilliant. Bottom was awesome back in the day, mate. Thing is now, like you say, half the shit you... I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't... I'm trying to think now before I say what I was about to say. I don't think they really offended any... You know, anybody, but... You couldn't get away. Excuse me. Oh, apologies. I don't think you could get away with any of the shit that you could... What they used to do. Not now. Oh, live shows were brilliant, man. The way you just go off character and start rambling some shit, bless him. I was absolutely devastated when he passed away. You mate, you're not wrong. You do. What very woke. And not to get into political, I generally don't. And not to sound horrible how I was going to put that, I generally don't care who people vote for. You vote for them, you have your reasons. Fair play for it, but we do live in a... You can't upset, you'll hurt my feelings or that sort of crap, mate, I'm not a fan of it.
Secured. Thor is under our control.
Honestly, mate, that's what Netflix is for. Get a VPN, get it on UK, unless it's the same shit, I generally don't know. I have got no guns, by the way, ladies and gents. I've got CQA1 in that box, which is the big version of this. I've got 2 of them from Midnight Starfire that I'm not going to get. They're the only guns I have, and they will be sold to make that gun better. In fact, oh no, I don't want to mess with. Right, we had so many great shows back in the day. Right, so, I'll tell you, mate, and I'm glad you asked. That's all you need to do, mate, because I will help anybody out. In fact, Storm, you're more than welcome. Zood's just joined. I said the same to Zood. Tell you what, let me just get back to that cop there so I don't get tagged. First and foremost, mate, if you're new, you have started playing the game at the right time, dude. Honestly, mate. 0.4 will be out back end of March, and it's going to be brilliant. Let me just grab this for you. In fact, have I still got it there? If I can... Yeah, there it is. You're more than welcome to join that, mate. You don't have to. That's our Discord. Basically, it's Grey Zone players from whatever faction you play in. If you need any help, gives us something to do, we'll help you out, dude. We can even give you money, guns, etc, etc if you need it. Just long story short, since you asked the question, this here is a cop, and they are all scattered around the map. Okay, so all the blue ones are controlled by us, who are Mithras, and obviously purple would be them, and obviously they will have a couple as well. Basically, purple is not in your control. I'm playing PvE at the minute. They are basically free to go to. You capture it, you get XP and so on and so on. The grey ones, for argument's sake, like these two, will be occupied by AI. You'll have to clear it first before you can claim it. Okay? But the great thing about them is that they are literally scattered, like everywhere. To be fair, to run to that one is a bit of a scotch, like, but the same time, if you get killed here, you spawn there, and vice versa. They are brilliant in terms of what they offer, just giving you that, keeping you in the game. Bear in mind, I remember back in the day, these weren't here, and Zood will vouch for me here. These weren't a thing. If you died up here, you were spawning back down here, and you would have to get a heli back up here, man. It was daunting. Okay, press on this. I've got enough money. I've sold stuff. A lot of money. And that's my last lot of money. Just my new little rules, this, ladies and gents. I can only spend the money I've looted or found. That money down there doesn't count because it's a combination of that. Like, Gunny, my man. Give me a suppressor, I don't care which one. Can you put that one as well? I spend that money then. Ooh, I might have spent a little bit more. Mate, the amount of players, seriously dude, when I say this, Carrot, so Carrot's another player in our group who is pretty much exhausted from Tarkov, and he's come to this, mate, and he's not looked back. Where are we? There we are, get rid of you. Give on there. Yeah. Beautiful. Honestly, mate, fantastic game. It's not quite as complex as like you're in the barrels and all that stuff like you can have with yeah, you're not wrong, dude. I've actually got a couple of book pads, or I did have, and I sold it all. It's not quite as complex in terms of what Tarkov offers. Tarkov is ridiculously insane with what you can do with all the weapons. But I will eventually think that this game... Sorry. Sorry, my keyboard. I think this game will get to the... I generally do. The great thing... This is another thing, right? And I was playing Incursion Red River the other day. For me, it's basically Jungle Tarkov. It is. It's sandbox. It looks great. It feels great. The only problem I have it is and please don't get at me. Exactly. Dude just beat me to it. That there is no loading screens. There's nothing. The only essentially bit you could say, well, you could class as a loading screen, but it's not, is the fact that you've got to get, if you wanted to get up there, you will get on a heli and get up there. But if you're with a team of 4, and like point 4 is going to offer, you have tactics now. You're going to talk tactics, you're going to talk how you're going to enter in and stuff like that. Right, most people do. I think that's the way the genre's going. People have had, I don't want to play PvP. I mean, I can play PvP, don't get wrong. But the problem with this game is PvP is just another layer, added element to this game. It's not necessary. It's brilliant. You do not have to play PvP to progress. It's not like Art Raiders. It's not like, you know, other games where it kind of puts you in that position. You know, this is you can do this and get to the exact same point as what you would without playing PvP. Right, yeah. He is dead. I just, for some reason, I kept shooting him in the ass, thinking he was stood up. And now he's humping the stairs. Yep. There's another one somewhere, I just don't know where it is. I'll get tagged it. There he is. I got tagged from top. Only one blade, so I'll be okay. Gonna reload my gun. Sorry guys, dialed in a little bit. Not even scratch me. Are you coming up the stairs? Oh. I've got Tarkov, I agree. Right, again, I bought Tarkov very, very early. Yeah, I got Tarkov when it was literally like just 2 maps, dude. Outside. Somewhere on the outside here. Nothing ever in that box. Right, same here, big edition. Couldn't get into it, man. Right back, my brother, he enjoyed it. Again, got into the missions and stuff. Not a fan. Not a fan, just couldn't enjoy it like I wanted to. I might check it proper. Find jewelry and stuff in here, look, watch that. I'll take that chunky bat. You check everywhere, by the way, dude. Seriously, Storm, you check everywhere. If there's anywhere there's potential loot on a table, anything, even if it's a kind of pop, after that sounds, the next time it might be a smartwatch or you know, jewelry or money or stuff along those lines, credit cards, you know, wherever there is a potential loot. Oh, look, that man, that's 2k or 1.8, one of them, something like that. You. More importantly, mate, thank you for follow. I'm much appreciated. And please use the Discord, dude. If you need help, anything in the game, in-game goods, help doing a mission, drop us a message, and one of us or if 3 of us will help you out, dude. Promise you. Take care, buddy. Look after yourself. Took me a second then to realise that's the may the force be with you. Yeah. Nice. Absolute legend. If you're still the Storm, you definitely got that on copy and paste, don't you? But we get a small, mate, a small marketplace. The high tier bullets are going to decay, keep going quicker. Interesting. And is it going to be realistic though, like where you put 1,000 rounds through and it's you know, that sort of thing, or is it going to be like every 10 mags and every 10 30 round mags it goes down? Oh mate, I'm the same dude, but thank you for tuning in. Dude, you've been an absolute legend, mate, and it was a pleasure chatting to you as well. And you're the same, mate. Please don't forget to use the Discord. Not that you need it, being a vet and all, but it's there if you do. You take care, mate, and thank you for letting me know about Sinners. I'll probably watch it again tomorrow when I'm in work. Yes, mate, 100%. Mifras all the way, me, dude. Close that. Fuck. Oh. Good man. Good man. Mifras for the win, dude. How we roll. I always get shot in the bum here. Open door. Ooh. Light 6. Great vision there, dude. Oh man, head down, like, combine them two. I think I got him. I will chat that. please. Oh, what rounds are in that? That there thingy rounds that. Be a cooler box behind here. There'll be green tips then, definitely. Good. From the hip. That was from over there. From down from the hip. I know, I feel. Calm your titties, I'm sorting it out. Mate, I wish I could do the same, dude. Could do the same. But that's me, mate. I'm gonna go bed myself because I have got work tomorrow. And if I don't go bed now, I'm gonna struggle. So, Dune, thank you so much, dude. Absolute legend. Look after yourself, mate. More importantly, if you ever want to chat, you see me on, jump in. Take care, dude.